Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, Miller Prospecting. And I know if you saw my last video, you're saying to yourself, why is he still wearing the same clothes? Why is he still sitting at the table? And why did this blue pan change? Well, that's because this is for my finishing pan. As you saw, if you saw my last video where I was talking about my Martin Prospecting pans, which are my absolute favorite for panning, I mentioned a couple of times that I like a different pan for my finishing, and these are them. These are my blue finishing pans. You might have seen these before. I've changed these up. These are now my gold reveal pans as well. These have never been really seasoned because they're just going to be using for shot for videos. This, however, is my seasoned pan. It has some gold in it. It has the gold in it from that Lynch Mining original painter I just panned out in the last video. Now, as I said again, I've recently switched to blue. This was my original finishing pan. Green, just like all my other pans, and I figured one day when this one, I don't know if you can see it in this videos, but this thing is almost not green anymore. It's almost white. I've used this for so long, and it's actually not even that long. I've probably had this pan for about a little bit over a year, maybe a year. They tend to, one of the things I like about these pans as opposed to any other pans that you'll get that are your main pans, like the Martin Prospecting that I just showed you, is how flexible these pans are. These pans will bend. You can flex, and that is great when you're doing finishing work. You want a pan that will flex. You want a pan that is cheaper, thinner, junkier plastic. And the reason being is they get finer scratches much easier, and that's what you want to catch the fine gold. And also, when you're trying to manipulate water, the fact that you can bend the pan to get the water to go where you want makes it a lot easier. So, like I said, I guess about 2 months ago, I switched to the blue pan, maybe 3 months ago, and I absolutely loved it. And I wanted to switch my reveal pans to blue as well, but unfortunately, every time I ordered them, they were wrong. These pans are made by SE, who make pretty much everything that's gold related. If you've got a magnet, it's probably by SE. They make a ton of different pans. They make a lot of products, especially gold mining products. But I could not find a blue one, just like this. And I'll show you here. Let me move this camera up so I can show you the differences. As you can see, and this is the new one, it does not have any scratches because I have not seasoned it yet. But as you can see, there is no lip. It's just one smooth surface all the way down, which is great when you want to be doing some gold panning. A typical pan like the Martin Prospecting have these lips. You can see them here, and there's a great reason for that. Is when you are panning, the gold will stop there and the rest of your material goes over the top. But when you're doing fine gold recovery, you don't want a lip. You really don't, because you do not want your gold all being stuck on a lip, and the black sands, because that's what's going to get trapped. Well, like I said, the new SE pans, they changed the way they're made, and this is the new one. Sorry, it's in black, so it's going to be harder to see. But there is a lip now. That is a lip. It's probably about as thick as 2/4, and it's absolutely horrible for fine gold recovery. It pretty much makes these pans worthless because it's not a good field pan. It's not a good pan for doing lots of stuff. It really was, because it's cheaper, thinner material, and it scratches really easy. It was only good at fine gold recovery to me. Maybe, if you're doing a group of kids and things like that, they're really cheap. Yeah, it's good for that. But for regular prospecting, they're not very good. Those new ones. The old ones are great. So I ordered, I believe it was 9 different sets of pans from 9 different sellers. Every time they came in, they looked just like these. They had the lips. So, once the first set came in, I started emailing all the sellers. They told me, oh no, these are old stock, and they didn't understand. That is until I found David Nons on eBay, and he sold me these. I emailed him first, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. I'll put a link to him below in eBay. And he's also got the cheapest pans that I found for these things, which is $4.99 shipped. And they are the old models that have no lip. So when you're going to pan, everything just goes right off, like I will show you right now. These pans are absolutely wonderful. So let's go to panning this out. This is the material that was left over from the Lynch mining. And as you can see, if there was a lip down here, all this material would be stuck behind the lip. You would not be able to recover any of it. So, now like I was saying, one of the things I really like about these pans, here, let me get all the gold where I want it, is the fact that you can bend it. So if I just want the water to only hit the center, I can bend the pan. This is kind of hard to do because, you know, I'm doing it at a weird angle. But this way I can focus all the water where I want it, right in the middle, as opposed to a lot of times you see people doing the swirl. But this pan will, as you can see, it really keeps the gold trapped at the top. Well, there's a floater. I didn't put any jet dry in here, so, because I was just trying to mostly show the pan. But I absolutely love these pans. These are by far the best pans I have found for finished gold. If you want something, I mean, for $4.99 too, you cannot beat it. I've already ordered another set of 4 because if they change the formula for them and they've changed the design, I want to be able to have these pans around for a while. They do wear out very quickly. Like I said, I've had my Martin Prospectings, these green pans, for 5 years. And I've had this green pan, my finishing pan, for about a year. And as you can see, you can clearly see the difference between the two. These wear out very, very quickly, which is one of the reasons why they're so good at catching fine gold, is because they wear very quickly. They get very fine grooves in them. But eventually what happens is those grooves start to get too deep, too much, and they start capturing things you don't want them to, and they start to be a pain in the butt. They also lose their color, as you can see here, and it stops. They're just not, you know, they last you about a year. But for $4.99, I'll replace a pan every year if I have to. So, all right, I'm gonna go finish panning this out. I'm gonna go find my jet dry because I have no idea where I put it. I was outside doing my gold cube stuff, and I put it somewhere, and I have no idea where I did with it. So, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you hit the little button. Wait, the button's over here again this time. So, check them out, Davignon's. The link will be below, and you can't beat it. For $4.99, I'm gonna be picking up some more. All right, thanks everyone. Dylan from Miller Prospecting.